Good morning, or good day, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever, whatever time this is when you're watching this. Thank you for watching us. We do appreciate every ounce of support and views that we get. Thank you. If you're not a part of our Google Plus circle, find us. I think we're under, the Full House Lymans. If you add us, then we can have a hangout and meet some of you. We'll do a drawing for those that want to be involved, and we can do a conversation and quick question and answering if you guys want to meet us. I think that would be really fun. Anyways, a few more things will be coming up, but anyway, I got an appointment and I gotta run. Collecting boxes. Nope, Darren, get down, dude.
You steal this whole rack? Just like the cart and everything?
Not the rack, just the boxes.
That's a little bit.
They're full. These boxes are really small.
That's okay, they hold books. Okay, that's good. Wait.
This is the land of legend.
Okay. Scare the puppy. Here it is. Oh, Benelli.
Let me see.
Do you want the weight toward the back of the car to get it to go faster?
Yeah, you do. I'm just afraid that it's not going to be tall enough, you know what I mean?
Tall enough?
Or that it's going to be too tall. You don't happen to have a knife or scissors, do you?
I don't. Of course, the one thing.
Will it not rip?
I got it.
There's a garbage can right here.
Again, I have a nail.
Nifty teeth.
Yeah. Your dentist loves that, right?
Yeah. Hence the reason why I haven't seen him in a while.
I had to go today.
Oh, fun
Everybody's
stuff.
going in for their dentist appointments. Oh, he's in the bathroom. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna stay.
I think I was going at you.
Though.
Huh? Do you want to try to maybe cram a
Sticky into it?
yeah for a new Bridger's up next to test his car. This isn't the run. This is the test run. Hopefully that front wheel stays on, huh? Did it work? Did it work, Bridger? Bridger, did it work?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the... Show him your car real quick. What's its name?
Camo.
Camo. Okay, go turn it back in for the real thing.
That's very nice. This is my friend's car.
This one's your friend's car?
This one.
Oh, that's Lucas's car. Yeah, he was just
Russell.
showing that to me.
Let me go get
Go ahead and put it back on.
Not for fun when it's done, I think.
To the crowds, both sides, really big. Now let's hear it for these racers. Okay, now racers, have a seat right where you're at. And we want to show you a little preview of what we're expecting today. So if you'll watch up here on the big screen.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. High speed. One winner. 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast? Maybe I should have breakfast. Brekkie could be good for me. No, stay focused. Speed. Faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning. Hey, lightning, you ready?
All right, is our race gonna be just like that? Fast cars, lots of fun? That's what we're hoping for. All right, let's talk about the track that's in front of you. First of all, how many lanes do you see? 4 lanes. That means we're gonna race 4 cars at a time. You'll race every lane 2 times, so you'll race a total of 8 times during the race. Down there at the finish line, I have some red numbers. What do you think those red numbers tell us? The time, right? How long it takes to get from start to finish. So it's an electronic timer that captures your times. It captures times down to the 1,000th of a second. A 1,000th of a second is faster than you can blink your eye. When it's a really close race, the difference between first and second can be as little as 2 or 3 thousandths of a second. So we'll see how close your race is today. Okay, the track is not made of wood, it's made of? Yeah, it's made of aluminum, so all 4 lanes work really well. And last thing about the track, because we know the distance from start to finish, we're going to capture all your times. All your times will be sent to the computer. The computer will take your time and convert it into a number that's easier for you to understand. So we're going to tell you how fast your car goes in miles per hour. Now your parents can drive on the interstate at 80 miles per hour, but a race car goes faster than 80 miles per hour. So how fast does a race car go in miles per hour? Yep, a real race car.
As fast as it can go.
I need a mile per hour number. About 200 miles per hour is pretty close. Okay, now your cars won't quite make 200 miles per hour, but they're going to get really close. Today, your cars are going to race anywhere between 150 and 180 miles per hour in scale. Okay, now the fastest time we've seen on this track for a car just like yours was 194 miles per hour. That means the car went from start to finish in 3 seconds flat. If you can beat the time, somebody almost beat it this year, but if you can beat it, I'll let you know. Okay? Now track rules. First of all, notice there are flags around the track. This area right here by the track is reserved. Only the 4 racers that are currently racing are to be standing here by the track. Everyone else should stay behind the flags. What we want to have happen is we want 4 racers to put their cars on the starting gate. Those 4 racers are going to walk to this end. Sit down when you get down here. Wait for your car. When your car gets here, pick it up, walk it all the way back, and put it on the table in the back. Please do not cross over the flags. We do not want you to trip and fall, and I have to use these flags again for another race. The other thing is, do not cross over the track at any time. When you cross over the track, little things may fall off your shoes. That slows down our race. And at that end, I have a very small camera that does not want to be stepped on. So as long as you never cross over the track, we'll have a great race. The camera survives, and we'll have a lot of fun. Okay? Now, racers, you have 2 jobs to do. Your first job, when I call your name, you have to put your car on the starting gate in the right color lane. Now, to help you out, you're going to see a screen that looks just like this. It's going to have your name up there instead of those fun names. That's going to tell you which color lane you're in. The top section is the part that you want to look at mostly. Those are the 4 names that I'm going to be calling out. Those will be the 4 names that will be lined up at the starting gate. Okay? Now there's another 4 names down below. Those are the next 4 racers. If you see your name down below, you can come get your car and get ready to race. Otherwise, just have a seat until your name shows up on the board. Okay? Now the cool thing about the computer is it wants to try its best to make sure that everyone races against everybody at least one time. It's going to try its best to do that. But most importantly, to make sure that everybody races 8 times each. So some of you will have to race a whole bunch at the beginning, some of you have to race a whole bunch at the end, but all of you will race 8 times. Now, racers, your second job, when you put your car on the starting gate, you get to decide, does your car go forward or backwards? It doesn't matter to me which way your car goes down, but you want your car to go down the track the fastest way possible. So whichever way that is, that's the way you want to go. If your car's like Tow Mater, it's going to go in reverse all night long, because he goes fastest in reverse. Now, if you go in reverse and it's not as fast as you think it should be, that's okay. Remember, you're racing 8 times today. Out of those 8 races, we're going to find your slowest time. We're going to throw it away. That leaves you with 7 best times. Your 7 best times will be added together, give you a grand total time. Your grand total time is compared against everybody else. Whoever has the fastest grand total time will be the fastest racer tonight. All right? Now, some things to watch for during the race. Sometimes when cars come racing down the hill, they bounce a little bit and they cause a crash. If there's a crash, we'll have the cars come back up to the top. We'll race them again to see if we can get them to cross the finish line. Another thing that can happen is when cars come racing down, it's a really close race and two cars cross the finish line at exactly the same time. It's called a tie. If there's a tie, you both get good times. We do not have to re-race the heat. Watch for it though. It's a lot of fun when it happens. It doesn't happen that often. And then one more thing that might happen is when cars come racing down the hill, they almost make it to the finish line, but then stop before crossing the finish line. That's a car that's run out of gas. Nothing I can do about cars that run out of gas. If we raced them again, they'd probably stop at the same spot. So you need to do something with your car, so on the next race, it can make it all the way down. But for that race, we will not re-race it. Okay, be careful that you don't drop your cars, because what happens if you drop your car? Yeah, usually it breaks and the wheels fall off, and if you lose the wheel, are you out of the race?
Yeah.
No, you're not. So what's the first thing you should do if you lose a wheel?
Get it back on.
What do you think? Yeah, you need to put it back on as quick as you can, because for some reason cars run better with 4 wheels. Okay? But if you can't keep your 4th wheel on your car, you can try and race your car with 3 wheels. Do not try that with a real car. It does not work. It only works with Pinewood Derby cars that are balanced out just right. If you're racing with 3 wheels, your 2 good wheels have to be the first out of the gate. Otherwise it'll crash. Okay? Now anytime you're not racing, you can be working on your car in the pit stop area right back in the back. Okay? Some of the things you might be doing in the pit stop is fixing a wheel. You can reattach any weight that fell off. You're not allowed to add any new weight. You still have to weigh 5 ounces or less. And you can put graphite onto your car in between races. Now you know that graphite's super messy. A little bit of graphite makes your car go fast. A lot of graphite can start to hurt your car. I'll know when you start putting on too much graphite, because when you do, it gets all over your hands. And then you're touching your car, and it's all over your car, and before long you touch your face. And then you look like a mechanic instead of a racer. And that's not what we want. We only want racers, so when you go to put on that graphite, make sure it's only a little bit, and have an adult help you whenever possible. Okay? Now, how many of you saw the loops? Right up here's those loops, right? Okay? Those loops have their own special name. I like to call them the circles of death. Now, they're called the circles of death because about half the cars that go through them are going to crash. The other half are going to make it through just fine. So when we're done racing for speed, we'll grab those loops, we'll put them in at the bottom of the hill, and we'll see which cars make it through and which ones crash. Now, it's a lot of fun to watch cars make it all the way through and make it down to the end, but it's a lot more fun to watch them crash. So that's what we want to see at the end of a race, is a lot of good crashes. And you need to know the circles of death are just for fun. It's not going to go against your score. You just want to see if your car can make it or not. Okay? So, do you have any questions for me about the racing rules? A crash is a crash. We always re-race a crash, okay? Yeah, well, we can talk about the loops a little bit later. Any other questions about the racing rules? All right, then I have one final question for all you racers. Are you ready to race? Yeah! All right, so let's have all the racers stand up, exit out, go have a seat.
Here's first round.
Russell, 3rd place. That's not so bad.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. And there goes across. Dax. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Bridger's 3rd one is yellow.
All right, Gunner's in red lane, Bridger's in yellow, Jake's in green, Cameron's in blue. Awesome job. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lucas in
Bridger's
blue.
fourth run. So he's in red this time. So on the far right.
Ready, 3, 2, 1.
Second.
Lucas 181.
Good job, Bridge. He's gonna go put a little bit more in. Bridger's
Jack's
fifth
in
run.
blue.
He's in red again. Far right.
Ready, 3, 2, 1. Away, and it's the fisherman, Joseph at 183.4. Mind a minute time. Watch again, see how close it is. Ready, 3, 2.
I think I've lost track. I think this is number 7. This is number 7. Could be number 6. Bridger's in green, which is the second.
Ready, 3, 2, 1. And they take the lead with 5.9, and it's Nick Joseph at 184.
Is he picking up speed now? I think this is 7, right?
Yeah.
I miscounted. I think I said last time was 7. Last time was 6. This is 7.
Carter's in red lane, Bridger's in yellow, Gunner's in green,
Yellow
Braden's
is
in
the second
blue.
one from the
Ready, 3, 2, 1. Carter at 181, Gunner at 180.
Bridger's last run.
Ready, 3, 2, 1. Ready, green. And it's going to be Lucas that comes across first. Lucas at 183.
Did they do their rerun?
183.4. All right, Bentley's in red lane.
Those Bridgies.
All right, the destroyer car versus the camouflage. Here they go.
Nice.
Destroyer crushes. All right, the camouflage car versus the destroyer car. Here they go. Oh, and the destroyer almost made it. Jumping off right there at the end. Next two. Let's hear it one more time for all these great racers. Hey, race them quick and exit out. Go have a seat with your families.
Hope you guys enjoyed the Pinewood Derby for Bridger, and we'll see you next time.